Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Creatures of the Night podcast. And we weren't bullshitting you last time when we said we were in hiatus and we were eventually going to get back, but we're back and we're going to do what we usually do. We're going to do a recap because we do promise have a lot of stuff coming up for October and Halloween month. But for today, we're going to do our usual recap of a bunch of shit that we've seen. And like always, I'm Narciso and I'm here with my buddy David. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I know it's only been a week since you saw us. A lot's happened in this week. It feels like 5 months. So,
It does, it does.
I'm gonna say something. You changed your angle, right? Did you?
All I did was change the camera from one way to the other, just because the way that the lighting was coming up for there was glary for some reason. So
Gotcha. Okay, I just realized I thought you flipped it. So,
yeah, you could usually see like the creature from the Black Lagoon thing on the other
yeah, I
video.
think I think it's on this side. Yeah, usually in
Yeah,
front.
yeah, it's on this side now. So
Yeah, we're
just
back. We're back.
you look nice and crispy from the beach.
Yeah. I have some good rouge going on.
You
Taking a
got the Santa Claus cheeks going.
look at those ears. Look at those ears. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that looks painful, man.
yeah, I was at the beach earlier today, and then went to see the Matrix 25th anniversary screening with my son. So it was fun. It was fun. It was a good callback though. Tell you Nachi, man, I felt like I felt old and young at the same time because we saw that movie there at it was Cinemark, the movie co.
We were running the theater at the time when we saw that Matrix Part One, man.
Yeah, and it
It
looks so
feels like yesterday. It's scary.
it was fun. It was fun. It was a good experience and it felt good. It felt good. So I was
Was
happy.
it like empty house? You guys were
No, it
alone,
was
or those
packed,
people
dude.
were
No, it was packed.
packed? Really? It was probably people like you taking your kids
Yeah.
to introduce them to the good Matrix movie before
Yeah.
it went to shit.
Since we're at the beach, me and my son got there late, so we walked in. It was already dark. It was literally we missed the first scene. When we walked in, it was the scene when he was at the Rob Zombie club scene in the beginning.
Oh, okay, okay.
So we
So
missed.
they already dragged them out of the apartment.
Yeah, we missed. We walked in. It was actually the Follow the White Rabbit thing when we were walking
Okay.
up the stairs. But I explained to my son what happened. I think he's actually
Had he seen it before, or was it the first time?
first time he saw the movie. He's seen
Oh,
Matrix
okay.
before pieces, but mainly he's seen part two. For some reason, he's seen part two the most. Every time he was talking to me, it's like, "Is this the part where this happens?" Like, no, it's part two, part two. And I was like, "Holy shit!" He's gonna watch. He's
Did
gonna
he
be the
see
only one
the
that was. No, no, he liked it. He liked it. He liked it. He was into it.
Did he see the last shitty one they came out with?
No, he asked me all the time, Daddy, tell me about Matrix Part Four. I was like, I
Please don't.
don't want to talk
Pretend it
about it.
never happened.
And the advantage is so good because at one point, I know he had to go to the bathroom, and it was like a boring scene. It was the Oracle scene. Remember our friend Mario would always go to the bathroom? I go, you have to go to
Yeah.
the bathroom. This is a good time to go to the bathroom. He's like, no, I'm good. Trust me. And it was the scene right after they capture Morpheus. And it's right before, they get to the hotel. I mean, the building. Everything from then on is full force.
Action pack. Yeah.
And it was a scene where Agent Smith was talking to Morpheus, talking about you're a cancer. It's like a big long scene.
Yeah.
Like, Alex, trust me. We have to go to the bathroom now because after this is gonna be just action. Like,
Non-stop.
okay. And we ran to the bathroom. We came back just in time.
So he liked it?
Yeah, he liked it. He liked it. He liked it.
Cool.
And you know what? I realized since we're talking anyway, the Matrix, like we're so used to it now, but it takes a long time before they even explain anything. It's a big mystery for a long time. And my son, is
Yes.
asking me questions, and I'm telling him because I know if I don't tell him, he's not going to be interested. So I'm telling him, I'm explaining it to him, and I realize they don't explain a lot until really, really, really when it kicks in is like maybe when I know kung fu, and then you realize what's going on.
Right.
At that point, it takes a long
I
time.
mean, when that movie came out, if you remember, that trailer hit, everybody was like, "What the hell's that?" Because the trailer alone didn't explain anything,
It was
and
all
the
visuals, and it was
visuals were
all like,
incredible.
what? Yeah, I know.
At the time, I remember we were talking, be like, it kind of looks like what's that movie?
Dark City.
Dark City.
Yeah.
It had that dark vibe with the green lighting and that whole
The
weird
Crow. It
like
looked like the Crow. The
style
scene of
and
the Crow. Yeah.
the Alex Proyas film.
Yeah, and it's true.
So
'Cause the movie, if you watch it on purposely, especially the film noir part, it looks on purposely looks like an old movie.
hmm
They have like the film noir, it was
yeah.
it was high tech,
What's great about the first one that it's more grimy
Yes, it's ugly
before it got
looking.
really shiny and CGI and the rest of them.
Yeah.
Like it always happened. It gets the studio sheen. You know what I mean? That studio money gets in there. You lose the magic. It's like fuck you.
Course, in our generation, that's happened. It happened with Matrix. It happened with a lot of movies. I mean, Lord of the Rings, not really, because they made them all at the same time.
They made them at the same time, so no. But the ones that they did after,
But
years after, they don't look like they even belong. It's like
yeah,
something
I know.
totally
Yeah,
different.
Pirates, big time. The first one was so good, and the second one it was so expensive, and everything was like, what the fuck's going on? You know?
Giant set piece after giant set piece with CGI effect work on like every character. It was like, oh gosh, it's too
And you know
much.
what? I hate to say it because I love them, but a little bit Back to the Future was like that too. Part one, and then part two and three would totally drastically kind of like, now we're gonna throw all this shit in there.
The
It's
difference
better.
is,
They did it better, but it was
it's not
kind
that they
of
did it
like
better. The difference is that it was all done. All three of them came out
pretty
in
close
the late
together.
80s, early 90s before that processed computerized look even existed. So even though they added more money and stuff, yes, the scope got bigger, but it all looks like it's in the same world. Everything looks the same. The film grain looks the same. The
Yeah,
color
yeah,
palette
they're
looks the
only a
same.
couple years apart.
Yeah, these movies now, man, it's like a small, small, but like a lower budget film comes out of nowhere and it surpasses anybody's expectations at the studios, and they like, aha, we're gonna make 100 sequels and we're gonna put like 10 times the budget, but all these guys have their fingers in the pot, and it loses all the magic it had going for it. It's not like
It
here's
does.
extra money, go do your thing. It's always here's extra money, but Bill has an idea. I have an idea. Corporate just sent me an email. Why don't you add a talking monkey? We need to have a talking monkey at
No,
one
no,
point
no,
in that movie.
you're 100% right. And the thing is that sometimes those ideas are good, but what happens is all of a sudden it turns from whatever the original movie looked like. Let's say like the Terminator, low
Oh
budget,
yeah,
then they upgrade it, and even Terminator 2 has it too. You could tell. You watch part one, you watch part two, it looks like a totally different movie.
right.
Similar, but you could tell, oh wow, this is more money. And it's like a pilot of a TV show and then season two, and you can tell everything is different. And this
Yes.
is a good segue to go into Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I was gonna say that right now. That was good. That was slick.
Because there's a little bit of that slickness in it, of course. It's been 36 years. But
But
I
he
was impressed.
purposely held back.
Yes, I was impressed that those parts in the movie when I said, you know what, it actually feels like Beetlejuice. He's trying to make it it the best you could do. It's almost like a fan did the movie and it happens to be also the director. Like
You know,
all the scenes in the house, in the room, I was like, this looks like Beetlejuice. The lighting is right.
they look like almost like wooden sets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like fake pillars and stuff, which is perfect.
And
I
it
don't know if it's
works.
true, but I saw somewhere that said that he declined the studio at one point, giving him more money
Yeah, I heard
to
that.
do some extra scenes or to add something, whatever. And he said he declined it. Like he was like, I'd rather not. And I think it was for
The sandworm scene, I have a
no,
feeling
no,
that
no, no,
the
no.
studio would wanted to make it look, the sandworm scene was stop motion, and so was the the the
The
principal.
airplane
Yeah, yeah,
crash.
nowadays, in case we go viral, we can't say a pedophile's name, but the principal from Ferris Bueller, his scene was really good. The whole scene, I was like, oh, this is awesome. It
Yeah, yeah,
felt like
yeah,
a Wes Anderson movie, like Fantastic Mr. Fox or something. And I,
yeah.
and I thought,
I
oh,
love
that's
that
a
movie.
clever, in my mind, our adult mind was like, that's a clever way to have him in the movie and not have him in the movie because people will bitch.
Yeah, yeah,
Kill
yeah,
him,
yeah.
kill him, gross, have him. Dude, I was surprised really quick how bloody this movie is, really dark. The second one. When
Yeah,
every
yeah,
time the
yeah.
guy talks, the blood comes out of his aorta and it's squirting. The scenes with the parents that were murdered by you. We'll talk about the plot, the crazy plots. They're like, what the fuck is going on now?
Yeah, there's a few things in there that are like, MacGuffins and stuff that
Yeah,
are
it
not
was too much.
necessary, but
It almost felt like a TV show at one point. I'm like, is there another episode after this? Like feels like a TV show.
well,
But let's get,
I'm assuming eventually they're gonna have to do Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice
is
to
doing
finish it,
very
I guess.
is doing very well. So why not?
Yeah, I mean, and for
But
what it probably costs.
but the problem is now is that they're not gonna wait 36 years.
Oh no, no, it'll be here in like 2 years, probably.
Yeah, and it's not gonna be as good. That's the problem. Like Top Gun
Yeah,
2. Top Gun, I mean Top
that's
Gun
a that's a rarity.
2, but
That's a
if they make another one so soon, it's gonna be all corporate it's not gonna it's gonna be all the Glenn Powell in the movie now. For some reason the DNA test is like, what? Your Iceman's son? Yeah. And you know?
yeah, 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 yeah.
But anyway, let's go into Beetlejuice. The beginning was great. They redid the beginning, which I didn't
Yes.
expect. There's no reason to. You expect it from Indiana Jones or something. They redid it, and did you notice that catch where the original Beetlejuice starts with Deo, Bize Deo? They play the song from the possession scene. Do you remember?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They play in the beginning during the Geffen logo that doesn't exist anymore, that G logo.
Yes.
They play the song that they do at the end in the funeral in the wedding.
Oh, okay.
They
Okay.
used the possession song in the beginning, and then they mixed it in. You didn't catch that?
No, I didn't catch
The
that.
beginning, I was like, why are they using this song? Why didn't they use Deo? And then I realized that was the song at the end. Like they did the same thing. They took the song that they thought was going to be the song from the movie and they
Yeah.
used it in the beginning. And
Ah, okay.
and then Danny Elfman, you noticed the theme was different.
It was a little bit different.
It
Yep.
was like John Carpenter, kind of like up tempo. It was like dang, 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 dang,
Yeah,
dang.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It had more like a beat to it.
And he doesn't even kind of like the first one. Like he's very spread out through the film. They didn't overdo it with
Oh yeah,
Beetlejuice.
yeah, yeah. No, no, no,
You
yeah.
know,
Because that's
there's
really
a
the
few.
only good theme of the movie is the Beetle. That's not even the Beetlejuice theme. The main theme is the only thing we remember. Everything else is always atmospheric, like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what he was good at the time.
But for the most part, I was curious to see how they were going to ignore the father. I knew that they were going to kill him off from the trailers. Obviously,
Yeah,
they showed all that in the trailers, but
he was a lot more than I expected. I thought they would
they
just
showed more about him.
that his voice. That's his voice.
They had his voice. They had pictures of him. They did the 3D animation of his face. So they must have gotten permission from him, and they must have paid his ass low key.
They paid him. I think the trade-off is he can't actually be in the movie, so they that I think that's what they did. They figured he's not Brad Pitt. No one really knows what he looks. No one really remembers him. So just have him in the movie and just make him like make fun of him basically. Make fun of him. Think about
Yeah,
it's not part two. Think about this. You have Jeffrey Jones' dead father. You have the other dead father who's the got eaten by piranhas.
right.
There's a lot, and then there's a lot of death in this movie. It was really more.
Well, I mean, that's the plot of Beetlejuice.
No, of course, but and then they definitely, that executive is like, we gotta have more scenes in that waiting room. The whole movie was in the waiting room.
And I don't, you know what I don't get?
It's a lot of things
Why
you
are
don't
there so
get.
many people with shrunken heads?
No, they don't explain that because, like you said, that's because the voodoo guy did it to him.
Yeah.
The
But
assumption
then
was
he's got like an army of Bobs, basically. I'm like, is he doing it? They don't explain that.
that's the dumb shit. That's the
And
dumb
they
shit.
all look the same. They're all wearing suits. Like if they all like that kind of like shrunken
Yeah,
head
yeah,
guys
yeah,
gotta work in that office. It's
yeah.
so
And
weird.
then I'm nitpicking, but they look like robots. You know what I mean? Like the first one looked like juicy, it looked like a real human, old, desecrated. Now it's just like a robot.
Like a little animatronic head.
That trailer, there was a trailer with Beetlejuice that showed Bob, and we're telling my wife, I go, oh, they're gonna do this. The whole movie, that's their BBA,
Yeah, it's like they're minions. Yeah.
that's their thing. That's the, and there's dolls of it. I went to Spirit the other day. Of course, now there's a huge Beetlejuice section.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everything Beetlejuice, dude.
Oh no, 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 no. First of
Everything.
all, Beetlejuice, even my wife Dina was like, there's so much cross promotion with this movie. It's crazy.
It was
Candy,
like it became
sodas,
Star Wars. It became.
food. Yeah, I'm
It be,
like
no, I was
popcorn
at
buckets everywhere. I'm
dude.
like,
I was at Publix the other day. They had a Beetlejuice like soda cans. I was like, this is fucking weird. This is
yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Oh, it's such a like 90s thing to go this nuts on cross promotional foods and drinks, you
it's
know?
it's like all these things should have happened back then, but it never did because Beetlejuice was not a really big movie.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, exactly. That's like a cult classic later on, but
Yeah.
Dude, it's like you couldn't escape Beetlejuice something. Billboards everywhere. Fast food chains had like Beetlejuice stuff. There's like 1,000 popcorn buckets because that's like the trend now, you know? Every movie gets like one. These fuckers got like 8 of them. I'm like, damn, there's like all kinds of popcorn buckets.
But
Beetlejuice Spirit Halloween has like its own damn section,
I
you
know,
know?
I know, and dude tells me it works. It tell me it works like, I have an 8-year-old, and then my 2-year-old, he knows Beetlejuice because of that. And then
No,
the
yeah, of
baby,
course it works.
the little baby at the, they have the little Beetlejuice baby. They have the Beetlejuice baby now. They have
Yes,
costumes.
they do.
I'm probably gonna buy that for my son because he looks like him. He's the same height and he's got the hair
Yeah.
so yeah, it's nuts.
Even Michael Keaton in Beetlejuice makeup doing stuff like, did you see like the Hot Ones? They spoofed it and they came out with a little YouTube video where I don't know if he's eating chicken wings or he's drinking hot sauces or
yeah, I
something.
love that show, the Hot Ones one. Yeah, I love it. I watch it all the time.
But it's not the legit one. They spoofed the Hot Ones, made a
Oh,
short and
and he's
released
dressed
it
like
like,
Beetlejuice. He's like Beetlejuice.
yeah, he's sitting at the table and I
Oh,
don't know I don't remember if he's drinking like hot sauces or something, but it was like, and I saw him in character doing other promotional stuff and I'm like, this is like, you don't see shit like that anymore. Like, that's a lot of cross promotional for a movie that didn't cost that much. Usually studios do that when they have so much money invested, they have to like try to milk it. But it's like, holy shit, they went nuts. I guess because they're like, it's
yeah.
coming out for Halloween time. I don't know, but
I think it's a combination of. I know the only it's not the most expensive movie, but it's like 40 times the first one. But I think you know what it is. I think it's been 36 years, and I think all the people involved, even the marketing, are like Beetlejuice fans. Like imagine you and me were in the marketing department. We're gonna come up with crazy shit.
yeah,
And there was parts, dude, that one, this felt like the most Tim Burton movie I've seen in a long time, even though it's
absolutely.
not it's not like he's back. It's not like I loved it, but it felt like a Tim Burton movie instead of like a fake Tim Burton movie. And
Right.
there was parts of it, dude. I'm telling you, I felt like a Sam Raimi, Peter Jackson movie. There's a part where the baby's talking and Beetlejuice smiles and vomits. Did you remember that scene?
Yeah, weird low angle shots and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's Peter Jackson shit. Peter Jackson always had the
yeah, 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 yeah.
It felt like that. It felt like quirky, and that was good. I was happy with
It
that.
felt like he was having fun.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't doing one of the stupid Disney Tim Burton movies or like some offshoot big budget Tim Burton movie that like Alice in Wonderland and all that CG fest bullshit, you know?
Dumbo, and all
It's
that.
like back to his roots. He kept it low budget on purpose. Everything was practical for the most part. He
Yeah.
got his old school crew back. It's like he looked like he was having a great time.
I love the times we're in, bro. When $100 million movie is low budget, and oh, there's no CGI. Yeah, that means like maybe there's
Shit.
500 effect shots instead of 1,000. It's crazy.
Exactly, exactly.
But you know what? My son asked me the other day. He really liked Beetlejuice too. And I told him, you know what? Yeah, I really liked it. I really expected. I didn't expect it to be good. I come in now like a nihilist. Since 1999, since episode one, since fucking Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, since
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
four, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch it. Let's watch it. I don't think it's gonna be good, but I wasn't. I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah, bro. I don't know if it's because we're Gen X or whatever, but I'm just such a cynic
No, but
now with
I
every
think it's
movie and
more
TV
than that.
show. I'm like,
It's got to be more than that because I mean, just go by Indiana Jones last year. Like
well, David, what it is
young people can
everything you grew up
appreciate
with has been shat on by making a quick cash grab reboot or horrible sequel 30 years later. I mean, I'm not gonna get on my high horse and get off my lawn right now, but it's like what they've done with Star Wars is an abomination. What they did with Indiana
abomination.
Jones
What
was an
they did with it.
abomination. The last one was okay. We had a video about this. I actually was like, it was not that bad.
Which one?
The last Indiana Jones.
No, no, no. Yeah, that was fine.
It was
But
okay.
it was okay, but it was not needed. Like it was
No,
fine
no, no,
without
no,
it.
no, no.
Yeah.
But it happens for everything. And they keep digging shit out that you're like, now they're gonna do this? Why would they even do that?
You heard about the Burbs? They were making the Burbs
No,
to a
no.
mini series on Peacock with Kiki Palmer. You know who Kiki Palmer is?
Are you fucking serious?
Yes.
What is
She's
this? Bubble with a thumbs up. Oh, you put a thumbs up and your computer put a thumb up? That
Holy shit.
was weird. It's probably like a filter.
Wow, that's some AI shit.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was, but that was weird.
No, they're remaking the Burbs, and you know it's gonna be shit because
That's
it's
horrible.
forget it. I didn't want to talk about that stuff because it
It
pisses
just
me off.
pisses you off. I know.
Pretty soon they're gonna remake Tremors with who's gonna be in Tremors? It's gonna be fucking Post Malone in Tremors.
Just gonna be Jake Paul.
Is that fight going on? I'm waiting for that.
No, that shit.
Oh, thank God, because I was telling people the other day, there's a guy at the bar I go to, and I'm like, dude, it's gonna be Rocky 4. He's gonna fucking kill him on live TV, and we're gonna watch it. Mike Tyson, I don't care how old he is, he's ruthless. He's a fucking beast.
He is, but Jake Paul is not a joke though.
Oh, I heard he got all into it and stuff,
Oh
right?
no, he's won a bunch of fights, and he's
Oh.
a massive man. He's a boxer. He's a legit fighter. Jake Paul.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look him up, he's been fighting for a while now, and he has pretty much won the majority of his bouts. Now he usually fights like has-been guys or over the hill guys, but these are still legit. These guys that he's fighting are still younger than Mike Tyson. I don't know if Mike has the stability to like do it for that many rounds with a younger person, and he is
Either way,
massive.
it's either gonna be Rocky 4 or Rocky 6. It's gonna be one of the two.
Exactly, one way or the other. But regardless, it never happened. It's
No hype.
never gonna. I don't think it's. I think Mike Tyson had he had to go have surgery. So something happened with he had like a appendicitis or some crazy shit.
He's probably very unhealthy, even though he's externally fit, because he's smoking like crazy. God knows what he's doing. How old is Mike Tyson now? In his 60s, right? 58?
Mike has to
Late
be
50s? If we're 40s,
something,
he's got to
60,
be up there.
I mean, yeah, him and
At least-
Holyfield are two old timers, man. It's already.
Holyfield, I think he's much older. No, Evander Holyfield was older.
Yeah, Holyfield is probably older than him, but not by much. They look older. He looks older than Mike, but they're probably closer than you think. But yeah, man, we're jumping all over the place again.
We haven't even got out of the intro. Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to Beetlejuice.
I like how they mimic the intro, but they also have like drone footage. Did you notice they intercut more modern footage? Did you notice they went by they went by Alec Baldwin's store?
Yeah.
And they went by
They
the
did.
bridge.
You
And
know.
they did the model again. They went to the house looking like shit again.
Yep.
And then but it wasn't a model. They actually went to the window and it was a TV show.
I don't know. I think it might have been a model. They just superimposed. Because I was watching it and I was telling my wife, I think it's a model. I do think it's a model, like a upscale model. And they're just
but what I meant is in the first movie, it's the spider crawls on it, and then they show it's an actual model. In that shot, they never show you it's a model. To us, it's a model, but to a regular kid, it's like, oh, they just went into the house. Yeah. Obviously, it was because she was in the TV show. That scene reminded me of Ghostbusters 2. Like the Peter Venkman show. Remember, he had the World of the Psychic.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like what's it, our boy, the Shutter guy.
Who?
Joe Bob Brown. It was like a Joe Bob.
Oh, Joe Bob Briggs.
Joe Bob Briggs. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, Joe Bob Briggs. He'd be like, "Oh, this fucking Mexican's getting my name wrong." No, yes, yeah, that was good.
What did you call him?
Joe Bob Brown. I'm thinking about Jim Brown. But you know what? Tell me if it's just me, but I felt like Winona Ryder was rusty in the movie.
No,
I think in the beginning it was like, and then she kind of got into it. But I felt like, I don't know if it was her character. If that was her character, she did it good. But she felt like nervous, like she couldn't like.
I think
that was the thing. Maybe she did a good job, but I felt
I just think that's how Winona Ryder is. Like if you ever watch Stranger Things, she's basically like that.
I told my wife the other day, you know what? I thought about it, like we were kids. Like Winona Ryder, is she really a good actress? She just was famous when we were kids. You know what I mean? Like you realize maybe she's not really a good actress.
No, she's actually pretty good. If you watch
but I'm saying, like, she's not like,
and all that shit, she's good. She's a good actress, but it's always going to be like the same type of character. portrayal. It's not, you're not gonna get a lot of range, but
No,
she
I
is,
know.
you know.
And she has like a weird, I don't know, is she Canadian or something? She has a weird thing where she talks like this. Have you noticed?
No, I don't think she's Canadian. I don't know if she's from the Midwest or something,
Yeah,
but
I think she like, I was watching Heather's the other day and she's like, oh, she talks like this. I think that's
Heather's
what
a
it
good
is.
movie, man. I like that movie.
Heather's is fucking awesome. Crazy
It's
fucking movie, bro.
dark ass movie too.
God, they'll never make a movie like that again. They tried, there's Baby Heather's, which is Mean Girls,
Yes,
but Real Heather's, that shit's fucking crazy.
the ending. Yeah, that movie's
And
crazy as fuck.
yeah, yeah.
I
They were
saw actually I saw it not that long ago. I
really good.
we went on me and Dino for some reason we went on a Winona Ryder kick and on Tubi and
Mermaids, you're watching Mermaids. You watch
I
Mermaids
think we saw
there?
almost every damn
Dracula, but
movie.
that's not really her, but Dracula's great. She's in it.
Dracula's great. Yeah, yeah. No, we binged everything we could find. We scoured Tubi and we scoured what's the other one? Similar to Tubi,
Pluto TV.
Pluto TV because they
Pluto
have
TV
all
is
these 80s
awesome.
movies.
Pluto's great. I love Pluto.
Oh, no, yeah, those that's where you find all the crazy old shit.
Dude, Pluto plays the best movies. Sometimes I leave cable and I go to Pluto. They have like 20 movie channels and they have like crazy shit and you have to deal with commercials, of course, but
Yeah, which is fine,
it
bro.
looks
I don't
good.
know.
No, like even sometimes the quality looks good. Sometimes Netflix like down buffers when people are you could there's
Yeah,
something going on with that shit. It's a conspiracy. The documentary's gonna happen. There's
yeah.
some places that like downgrade shit and then you go to Pluto TV and it looks better than when it's on TV. It's crazy.
Yeah, Netflix is the iPhone of streaming services. Once you're a few models behind, mysteriously all your shit starts acting up and it's slow as hell and it's
No, I looked it up. They have a
buffering.
thing with Apple. For some reason, I have Apple TV. For some reason, Apple TV, it doesn't go full resolution on Apple TV. I mean, this was like last year. Maybe they changed it. But I'm like that and it pisses me off. Like my Bia and the kids are watching like we're watching Wednesday like last year and it looked bad. I'm like, what the fuck? And I would go somewhere else. I literally stop the show and go somewhere else and it would play and it would be in HD and I go back to Netflix and it would be blurry and it would bother me and it gets to the point where I'm like I'm a problem, you know what I mean? Like I'm stopping them from watching the movie because I don't like the way it looks.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, so we meet the old characters again. I guess the main plot is that the
The
father
dad
died
died in
and
a
that's
bird watching expedition flight. He
yeah.
crashes, survives, but then gets eaten by a shark.
Even
Right?
that whole scene when the mom explains it to her is done so weirdly Tim Burton, where it's almost like, oh, you didn't know your father died? You know what I mean? Like it's so awkward,
Yeah.
but it works in the Tim Burton world. I love that whole thing.
It's funny because then when they go get her at the school, it feels like you're watching Wednesday. It
Yeah,
feels like they go get Jenna Ortega from like the Wednesdays, the
yeah, she's dressed
that
all Harry
school from the
Potter.
show to like bring her to this world. It's weird, which is also funny because it's Tim Burton.
Of course,
Both,
I'm sure that's how she got in there. They
yeah,
like
of course that is how
got
she got it.
along,
But
got along, and then they're back, and then I like I mean, let me think about the stuff that.
I
Okay,
like how they have built on the mom's backstory, and she's like a high celebrity like artist now. And then on the school, it's like a whole wing dedicated to her, and it has the old
yeah,
statues from the
it has
movie.
it has the hand one in the background.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
I like that.
too, where they have
That's
like all
cool.
these statues. Like, yeah. She's like Brito or something.
Oh God, no.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
yo.
And then yeah, that was great. And then okay, well, a big part of the movie is that Winona Ryder has what's his name, the actor Justin Theroux, which I like. He's a
Yeah, he's
good
good.
screenwriter.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
friends
yeah.
with Brad Pitt. He's the bad guy in Charlie's Angels. Do you remember?
You remember that? Yeah, dude.
The
He
Cape
was
Fear
awesome in
guy.
that.
The
He was a
Cape
great
Fear
bad guy in that.
the Cape Fear guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He's a badass in that.
Okay. There's in the first scene with them, he's like giving her drugs, right? They both take
No,
the drugs.
she's taking the drugs behind his back, but then he's like, she drops it in the sink.
Oh, he takes it with her, like
He catches her. He's like, "You're not gonna take that, whatever." She's like, "Oh, but I need it." And he's like, Oh, okay. I'll take one too. It's like, what the fuck?
Those pills were like the blue pill, the mage is suppressing her psychic ability. Is that what it was? Like Freddy versus Jason?
No, I think it
I
was
think
just like
so.
nerves or something. I don't remember, but I don't think it was anything
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
maybe you're right, but I got the impression that's what it was. Like he was suppressing those pills were suppressing her thing, and that's why I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it, but all right.
What was, I mean, I like the whole her having a TV show
Yes, that was good.
because honestly, that is something that would be, if that was like, it would be something that would happen in real life. She would have like a show like that, or like what are these guys like, ghost hunters or something? You know what I mean?
Oh, of course, like a YouTube
A
channel.
paranormal reality TV show.
Yes, that would make sense. That would make sense. That was good. Okay, they come back. They're back in the house. I didn't
Well,
catch
yeah,
that. They own the house still then, right? They still own the
they
house?
own the house. The
But
mom
they
owns the house, yeah,
but they were
and
not
they're
living
like,
there. They were not living there at the time, right? Or were they? I didn't catch that. They must have been.
I don't think they are. I think they just own it, and they're like, she puts like a veil over the house, and they're gonna like redo the
RP.
house or
Yeah, the
something.
famous house. Yeah, that makes sense because remember even the ghost boy knew about the house still. Well,
Oh
yeah.
God,
That makes
the
sense because he died, what, 20 years ago?
yeah,
So he would still been alive when part one happened, like after part one. We'll get into that. But you know
the
what?
whole
I gotta
as
tell you something.
the story progresses, we start to get these like little characters or MacGuffins that are the real thing that I didn't like about the movie.
Downfall.
My negative takeaways from this film were the Ghost Boy story felt so shoehorned in there and pointless just to get her in the underworld. That was his
Yeah,
MacGuffin, just to
that
get
was
her
it.
in the underworld.
Because
But
she
then they
suddenly
dispatch him real quick. Boom!
real
They
quick.
dispatch him real quick. It was just like he was there just to get her there, and then pointless character. And I'm like, they couldn't get her. Not why couldn't she just go in there because she wanted to find her dad or something? You know what I mean? I hate when movies overthink things and they bring in characters and they force feed you that character for like 35, 40 minutes, and then boom, they're gone. Don't worry about it. Forget about it.
Oh, they could have done a lot with that. The fact that he was a ghost, they could have had give him a motive aside from him like trading her life, whatever. They could have had something where like Beetlejuice was involved somehow in a previous like extra. They could have done so much with that character.
MacGuffin number two, pointless character number two, Monica Bellucci.
Oh, I know. She was the biggest, and she had like an epic opening. That opening scene when she's like putting her body together was cool.
Yeah,
And now it was like 20 minutes. I was like, okay.
all this
And then
build up.
and then all of a sudden you realize every scene is her walking. You know what she reminded me of? The bad guy and the bad girl in Men in Black 2. Remember? She would just come in and kill you. And that's what
Expose and out.
the mom. Remember? Yeah, remember Men in Black 2? It was whatever Laura.
Yeah. She had like the finger tentacles and shit.
Yeah, and then she had like what's the name? Johnny Knoxville had a little head, whatever. Yeah, she was pointless. The only
Oh,
reason
it's his ex-wife. Okay, that's cool. Let's
that
that.
was just, no, that was just to scare Beetlejuice into doing something. That was it.
Yeah, but it's like not even that. They build her up to be this fearful thing, and she also just gets dispatched. It's like
I don't
that's
even know how
it.
she dies. She dies in the wedding, right? They do some sort. I don't even remember how she dies. She gets the spell, right? Oh, when she finds the claws in the book, right?
Oh God, you know what? I already forgot.
Oh, dude,
I
in the
forgot she
spirit,
died.
they sell the book of the recently deceased in spirit,
Yes.
but it's a
Yeah.
purse. It's a purse.
Oh, they've been doing that for a long time. I
Oh,
have
I
one
know,
that's a notepad.
dude. I saw like 40 things the other day. I was like, oh, Nachi would love this.
I got one here. It's a notepad. I've had it for years now.
Oh God, yeah, it's good. Anyway,
But one character that I did like was William Dafoe.
oh, I like his.
He
I
was a
like the
great
idea. I
addition.
like the idea of him. He's
Like
great.
an old detective cop, like actor. I'm
Yeah,
like,
an actor, cop, and he's stuck in that role. And I like how his wounds look like one of those like cranium dummies that they would
it's
point
exactly
in
what it
doctor's
looked like,
office.
but they don't explain what happened to him.
No, no, but it looks like one of those like medical things
Yeah,
point to the brain.
it looks like the Return of the Living Dead dog that's cut in half,
Yes, yeah, yeah,
back
yeah.
to life.
and it's like different colors. It looks like it's like a medical thing. Yeah, and he
Right.
talks like an old school like TV show thing. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, he's like an old gumshoe.
It was also pointless, but he was good in it.
He was pointless, but at least he is in the entire movie for a reason. He's not a MacGuffin that comes in from time to time and then it's just like, oh, really had nothing much to add to the plot of the movie, except for getting something from point A to point B. But
The reality is, you know how things work. We're old men now. I bet you all those were plots for the movie and they crammed them in. I bet you one plot was
probably,
his wife coming back, one was the detective, and one was that killer kid coming back for revenge for something, and they just crammed it in there.
right. So overall, back to the plot, the uh the spirit kid that she befriends and thinks she's gonna start dating or whatever, she doesn't know he's a ghost, ends up being that he was a serial killer that took out his family and he's also dead. He's a spirit and he's just trying to woo her in to take her to hell so that he can swap, right? If he brings her to hell, he can come and live in the living world
But
again.
what happens when he comes back, though? I thought about that the other day. He comes back and what? He's a human and he's accepted. Like, what's the benefit? Has anybody
He
done
just
that
gets to live
before?
again. He can go anywhere and just be his own person and be a you know what I
But
mean?
that
He's
sets up that's a thing, so that people do that all the time, right? So is that reincarnation? Like they could have gone with a lot of that stuff, right? Like it
hey,
was like
yeah,
a
but you're getting too
process.
deep for a Beetlejuice movie,
I
bro.
know, but it was a process. Remember, they were like, it was not like they went to some witch doctor who did it. It was like, okay, line next. Do you agree? Go.
Yeah,
Getting married. So
yeah.
it makes me feel like they do that a lot. So
It's like a loophole he found in
yeah,
their DMV is basically
it's
what
a
it is.
big loophole if there's a fucking line for it.
Hey,
Well,
that's what Tim Burton wrote.
maybe that's reincarnation, and you come back and maybe
Sure,
they're gonna
David.
run that shit.
Whatever makes you sleep better at night, David.
I haven't slept good since
I can tell.
but let me see
So then,
what.
anyways, it backfires. The kid gets caught. They send him to that Lost Souls or whatever, whatever the hell they do to him. He disappears.
Doesn't he just
He's
falls in a thing, right?
yeah, like it's like I don't know what it is.
Oh,
A
and
pit of despair, or whatever.
that's the closet from part one. I didn't
Yeah,
really catch that. I didn't catch that.
yeah, they just whatever. So now she is in the underworld, and Beetlejuice comes together.
No, and
If he marries,
the guy working in the thing is her dad. Remember?
right?
Yeah, and he sees her walking by. Hey, hello. The piranhas
Yeah.
are moving.
And the whole MacGuffin is what? She has to marry Beetlejuice, right?
I think she made a deal with Beetlejuice just like her mom did in part
Oh no,
one.
no, no, my bad.
Oh,
Winona Ryder has to marry Beetlejuice, right?
oh yeah, yeah. I don't remember, dude. That's how
Yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was Winona Ryder. Yes,
He has
they
to
go
marry
get
her
the
again. She has to redo the deal. Oh no, she told him, "Save my daughter, and then I'll marry you finally."
right,
And they went back.
right,
Okay, so wait.
right.
Then Jenna Ortega finds a loophole that finds it void, and then that's why everyone explodes, burns up or whatever.
Then
Yeah,
the dad helps her get out. They go
dude,
back,
they
and
should
then
have
when they go
brought.
back to the real world, it turns more into Beetlejuice Part One, where it's a big wedding. Beetlejuice is gonna marry
Yeah, the
Winona Ryder, and they have the most unexpected, hilarious
oh yeah, the whole.
sing off scene because they have to do it again after they had
Dale.
the Deo and they had the dancing football players and all that. They were gonna have to do something, so they had the whole cake song at the end, which reminded me of 40-year-old virgin's ending with the Age of Aquarius.
Age of Aquarius.
We were laughing so hard because we were like, "What the fuck is going?" And it
It's a
ends with a
fun.
freeze frame. Everybody's dancing.
Yeah, freeze frame going like that. Yeah, yeah.
That was so good. That was amazing. Actually, that ended the movie. Even though that's not the end, but that was like towards the end.
Yeah, that was basically it. And then
That
they
it
had
made me laugh so hard that it didn't matter what happened next. I was gonna love the movie anyways. It was like it made me laugh that hard. I was like,
and then they had like a Peter Jackson, Sam Raimi scene when the baby comes out and is killing everybody.
Yeah, man, just weird
Fucking,
shit.
she's like laughing and she's blood, and then it's a dream, and then they have
The
the movie,
sandworm, a little bit of everything in there.
dude. The ending of this movie is like one of our old student films where she wakes up and Beetlejuice is next to her. That was just like
Yes.
that movie we did with the payback where Carlos is like next to me and he goes, "You like pain,
Yeah.
bitch?" Anyway,
That movie, yeah, it was like a false ending. It was like a dream, right?
yeah, yeah. The ending with the baby, that was all like set up for part three. It's like now you can say, well, maybe the baby's there, and then she wakes, he's still alive. Yeah, they had like a horror movie ending, and I know that's what they're going for. It was very like Jason, like it was cheesy. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with
Yeah.
that.
So, I mean,
The only reason to call this Beetlejuice is that the third one is Beetlejuice.
I mean, it would only make sense.
That's the only
I
reason.
just hope they keep the same mentality as they did with part two. Don't blow it now with the studio involved and make it a shiny CGI fest. Try to do it another little low budget film, low budget. Keep your little crew of people and just go ape shit with it. But it was
No.
thank
Don't tell Tim Burton to go ape shit. Then
no, 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 no.
we're gonna get fucking Planet of the Apes.
We're gonna get Marky Mark at the end. But speaking of like Matrix and all that, thank God they did not do that, and they made a fucking good movie. Thank God, because I was like, dude, did they fuck up Beetlejuice? That's another shit show that they destroyed, like an original property from our childhood. But
No,
they
yeah,
did good.
and
I was happy with it. I was like, you know what? I don't know if it's because we're so
always
used
happy
to
with it. Yeah,
trash, but
yes,
fuck, it was good, man.
dude. Were you so used to trash? It's like you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I went on a date with this guy, but he didn't punch me, so I'm gonna be stay with him again. You know, we're just happy that you didn't
Yeah.
get punched.
He's not that bad.
Like an abusive. We're like abused 80s, 90s film kids, and we're watching our heroes become old, become pedophiles, go to jail. Can you imagine? I'm telling you, Beetlejuice could have been. He wakes up, he's depressed, he's in jail. You know what I mean? It could have been like it could have been Indiana Jones 4.
Well,
Where
they kind
Beetlejuice
of
wakes
leaked.
up.
They kind of leaked the plot of part three. They have to go get Puff Daddy
Uh,
from prison.
Puff. Oh,
But
you mean? Oh, wait. You're talking about American Crime Story in like 10 years. American Crime Story. Aaron Hernandez. I mean, Puff Daddy, Diddy, whatever your fucking name is. This guy.
eh, Crisco Oil Diddy. What a shit show.
Have you actually been watching the Aaron Hernandez thing? I don't know if you watched it. Have you ever
I
watched a
have zero
documentary on
interest
it?
in.
Oh, okay.
I know the whole story about
Yeah,
it,
yeah, I
but
know. Did you ever see American Crime Story, the OJ one, by chance? It was
no.
it was good. That for a show, it was good. The OJ one, because it does the whole thing. It was really good. It was really good. So that's like their thing, like American Horror
Side or like
Story.
one chunk?
They follow crime. So far it's been good. It's been good. But I watch all those crime stuff. I like all the crime stuff.
No, I know you're big on crime, so that's why I told you have to watch The Penguin.
Oh
That
yeah,
first
I want to
episode
see it.
dropped this week. I was like, fuck, dude, it blew me away. It was so good. It looks expensive as shit. You know, they don't shy from showing you Gotham in all its like decay and
It's so unbelievable now. Like they'll spend movie money on a show now. It's
I mean, it has the director of the movie doing it.
oh, Matt Reeves doing it,
Matt Reeves is doing it.
the whole show, or producing it.
I don't know if he's only doing
He's
certain
involved. He's
episodes,
involved. Okay.
but he directed a lot of it.
Yeah, he probably has his own crew. He
It's
probably has
Colin
his own crew.
Farrell,
Yeah, yeah.
huh?
He probably has the whole crew involved in the contract, and they did everything. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's no Batman at all. Already said he's not showing up because where his story is taking place at the moment after part one ends, they wouldn't cross paths anyways. And they didn't want to shoehorn in there to be like, oh, see, remember, this is a Batman world. They don't have to. But dude, it's like The
That's smart.
Sopranos. It's like The Sopranos, but darker, super dark. And Colin Farrell, chef's kiss. But you forget that he's Colin Farrell. He's so fucking
He was
good.
always good. We just got oversaturated with him in the beginning. Remember?
Yo, but they like they like lean in on who is the Penguin, right? Bro, there's a scene where he gets back to his house, his like apartment, and he's super hobbly. He takes off his foot. They show his mangled toes, you know, and he's like, they humanize him.
Yeah.
He's just like a street dog that knows no better, but he's smart as shit, and he's like fucking people over to rise to power. You know what I mean? Like, but it's good, bro. It's fucking good. You have to watch it. Actually, you should watch it tonight before you go to bed.
No, I want to watch it, and then
It's about an hour. It's about an hour, the first episode or so. I don't know if they're releasing it like every Thursday or whatever. I don't know if they're going down the Game of Thrones route where it's like every Thursday or whatever they were doing House of the Dragon, but
how is that going? Is it good? The new season?
oh, the new season ended a while ago. But yeah, it was good. It was good. It's it's good,
Oh,
but
I'm
it
confusing it
pisses you
with.
off because it doesn't give you a payoff at the end of the season that you needed. They're milking it for another season where you're like,
I'm confusing it with the Lord of the Rings one. I haven't seen it either.
oh no, I don't even bother with that bullshit.
But isn't that sad? Like I love Lord of the Rings, but I don't want to watch. Like I started watching when it first came out. It was a big deal.
Well,
500.
first of all, it's already everybody hates on it because it's like woke fest all the way around. You know? Oh God, yeah, dude.
But
It's
Wolf, like what? It's all girls, or like it's all like about like what?
just look into it, bro. It's from beginning to end. Everything has been like flipped on its head. They went against the books and started making up their own like lore and shit. Like they
Oh,
gave
Wolf.
the goblins and shit have families now. There's like a fucking shit
What?
show.
You're
Look
talking
it up.
about? Whoa! You're talking about? I'm gonna cut you, boy. He goes home and there's a whole scene with them with families, like
Oh yeah, they got families, they got kids. It's like
like
what the hell are they doing?
Warcraft shit. Like, oh, I got a baby now and shit like that.
I gotta work a 9 to 5 before I
Like,
go.
they must have the producers of The Walking Dead now, because The Walking Dead now is like Walking Dead, zombie father. Oh my God.
Yeah, bro. I
That's
don't
what it
know,
is,
man.
bro. It's like,
That's how it is nowadays. It's
I
like
mean,
you don't know
think
what
about
you're
it.
gonna get.
Think about it, dude. Like we used to live in a world where Lord of the Rings was cool, Star Wars was cool. Even things that are not cool were cool. Now everything is just like now you tell like it's true because I tell like my son's 8 years old and he has friends. You tell a young kid about something that was cool to us and to them it's lame.
Yeah, man.
Like
Like I
Star
told
Wars, like Star Wars. Oh,
I've always been like a huge Transformers fanboy from like the original cartoons, the
the
86.
Michael Bay movies ruined
The
it for
Michael
people,
Bay
right?
movies, like the first one, whatever, Bumblebee was good.
But they ruined it for a generation, though.
But it always put a bad taste in my mouth because it's not what I grew up with. And I went to go see this animated one only because there's no bad reviews. All the reviewers I trust are all like, this shit is very good, man. Very. So we went yesterday, and I was like, please don't wokeify it. Don't get all stupid with it. And it was fucking good, man. It blew my socks off. I was so happy and relieved.
Was the music good? Was it the same music as like? Did it sound like Transformers, or like, did it have a new thing or anything?
It's like a lot of like epic scores with mixed in like techie synth wavy type of shit, but it fits with the world, but it has like epic score. But bro, the fight scenes are epic as shit. Imagine it's all CGI, so they can go crazy with the angles.
Yeah.
Bro, there's fights where there'll be like one bot like transformed, rolling through mayhem, transforming, busting out with cannons, shooting at things, transforming back. The camera's just going around it, jumping. They have these speed trains that the miners and shit use, but they're awesome because it makes its own rails wherever it goes.
Oh, it's building in front of itself.
Yeah, so they have like
What are
train
the
chase.
miners? What are the miners? I'm not familiar with that.
Optimus Prime, who's Orion Pax, and D16, who's before he was Megatron, they're all miners. They're mining for Energon and shit in the mines. And the plot is that Sentinel Prime, not Sentinel Prime, is it Sentinel? I forget his name. One of the guy who's in charge now, who's John Hamm, who's a dick always. He's perfect casting. When they make the young robots when they're born, he's taking all the transformation cogs out of them, so they can't transform, and they don't know any better. So they're like, "Oh, you earn it if you're lucky. You get one later on."
What do they
So
look
since
like
they're
then?
pointless, they're just robots. So they use them for physical labor. They're like slaves. They're mine workers and shit, right?
Yeah, taking their identity away and everything. So
He
do they
it's
explain?
like
Do they explain why if they're on Cybertron? Do they explain why they? I seen the trailers and he's still like a fucking truck. Do they explain why they're like Earth vehicles or not really?
I mean, he's really not. If you watch the movie, they change
Oh,
physical form, I think three
uh,
times. When they're coal miners, yeah, he's red and blue, but it's not like he has truck windows or anything. It's all solid panels.
oh, it just kind of looks like a truck, right? Kind
I
of.
guess, Megatron is just blocky. He doesn't
Yeah,
really look.
Megatron was always like a weird. Yeah.
Later on, they take the train and they go to the surface after they start like their adventure on their own. They're trying to figure shit out on their own, and they find the dead bodies of the original like 13 primes who like helped design the world, and they're all dead. But one of them, they bring is he's alive. They wake him up, and it's fucking Morpheus. Okay, it's
Oh, was that Fishburne?
huh?
Fishburne?
It's Lawrence Fishburne,
Oh shit.
right? And he gives them transformation cogs from the dead bodies of the other 13, right? So they change shape for the first time, and they start to learn how to transform and shit, right? Later on, I'm not gonna give away too much plot, but later on, eventually Prime gets the Matrix of Leadership, and he changes to his final Optimus Prime form with the face plate and the
Oh,
deeper
okay.
voice, and they keep getting bigger in stature. Megatron eventually he turns into a tank. Eventually, when he I'm not gonna get into it, but he gets a different cog in him. He becomes full Megatron form. Starscream is
Like a
Steve
prequel, right?
Buscemi.
It's a prequel,
Starscream is
right?
Steve Buscemi, by the way.
Who's
The cast is awesome, bro.
Steve Buscemi? What character?
Starscream.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, bro.
Oh my god.
Buscemi is Starscream, and it's perfect. He sounds like Starscream with that
Oh,
nasally, high-pitched voice.
yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and you know the rest is like Scarlett Johansson. It's like an all-star
Uh,
cast of people. Like Lawrence Fishburne is in it. It's like a bunch of names, man. Like the '86 movie. The '86 animated
yeah.
movie is like all the '80s rock stars are in it. You know what I mean? It's like every big star was a voice there,
Yeah,
including
fucking
Orson Welles.
fucking Citizen Kane is in there.
Yeah, exactly. That was his last performance, by the way.
Yeah.
He died.
Okay. So we're talking about nostalgia. I know you're into anime. I want to see them, but like,
I'm not. It's not that I'm an anime guy because I really ain't. I
but
just
I'm saying,
dab. Oh, the Terminator.
yeah, I'm talking about you watch more animation stuff than
Okay.
I
Yeah,
do.
yeah, yeah.
Was
Okay.
Terminator good?
Terminator Zero was excellent.
Okay, I want to see that.
Terminator Zero to me belongs after Terminator 2 in rankings of every other shit
Is
movie.
it like Animatrix level? Like it's different things? It felt
No,
like
no, no, I
animation,
mean, it's one style of animation,
yeah, but it's like different. It's a one story or it's like different stories.
one story
Oh,
with
okay.
about, I think it's 8 or 9 episodes long,
But yeah,
and
it looks good.
it takes place in Japan. And the story is, yeah, I don't know if you want me to give away some shit, but
No, yeah,
basic.
no, don't spoil anything. But it's like
Okay,
a
so basically,
John Connor.
just to give you the overall, it's in Japan, so it's a Japanese dude who has this massive technology company, mainly in AI, and he's obsessed. He knows a specific day and time is coming where Skynet is going to take over in the United States. So he's making an AI variant of what Skynet is to fight it and stop it. And you're like, how the hell does this guy know any of this? As the story goes along, it starts to get deeper on who he is,
He's a time traveler.
where he comes from, and all the characters that are involved in his life. He has an android woman that you don't find out that she's a robot until later. She's like the kid's maid, babysitter and shit.
Oh,
There's a whole
Chalmers. Is it Chalmers? from
Chalmers, yeah, no, no, it ain't Chalmers.
Space Hunter.
He's
Chalmers.
running. Yeah, oh God. Yeah, 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 it's Molly Ringwald. But it's
No, no, no. Remember, he had the robot girl, the robot hot girl.
oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
right, it was the other
You
lady.
find out when she dies, she's a robot. Yeah.
So basically, D-Day comes and it happens. And it's a whole initiative that he sets up to combat it, but it all takes place in Japan. So the AI starts to question her maker, and the whole like last 3 4 episodes, it's making up its mind if it wants to side with the humans or side with Skynet,
Oh, so
because
it's,
the
oh, so
humans haven't proved to her,
that's
or
smart.
it
Okay, so it's a new.
hasn't proven to it that humans are worthy, or if they have a better ideal than what Skynet has. And it's fucking bloody as hell. It's kind of like you remember Ghost in the Shell?
Yeah, of course.
Ghost of the Shell was like super militaristic and bloody as fuck. It's like
Oh,
that.
do you remember that anime short movie that we used to watch? I think Sino showed it to us. Blood, the Vampire, or something. It was like a vampire girl. Remember that anime DVD that we watched back in the 2000s? It was called Blood, Blood, the Last Vampire.
Maybe I don't remember too
Oh
well.
my
I
God.
know Vampire Hunter D and all of those,
No, no,
but
no, no. It was not a show. It was like a little short movie. And we watched it. I remember we were into it, but it was really short. It was like in the snow. It was a girl. She was a vampire. Whatever. Doesn't matter. But have you
now
seen?
I tell you one thing. What's so great about this show is that it jumps back and forth from modern day Japan to boots on the ground,
Of course.
future fucking Skynet fighting, and it is
But it's
fucking
the
awesome.
same. It's the same battle, right? It's the same battle, just from Japan's point of view. Okay.
Same battle? No, it's
I
the
mean,
same battle,
the
but
same
it shows
incident.
you. I don't want to give it away.
Oh,
It has to introduce you to certain characters that are in the story later on.
but is it alternate? Is it like a new storyline, or it's expanding on something that we already knew?
No,
Or
no, no. The future stuff is the same future
okay,
of like T2, I guess.
yeah,
And but they're not gonna show you John Connor. They
yeah,
don't
yeah,
need
yeah,
you.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
New character, finally, right?
But it's like you get to see like the a lot more of the warehouses making the T800s and shit. Actually, they're making not the T800. They're still building the older models.
The
They're
T
still
600,
blockier looking, and they're not putting. They don't have skin yet.
yeah, the rubber ones, the T600 or whatever. Yeah, the shitty.
So
Yeah,
there's a part where they I don't know, but you gotta watch it. Like it's fucking. It is beautifully done. The animation, the fighting scenes, the score. Like I wonder. I haven't looked it up. I wonder what James Cameron thinks about it, because it's the best shit of his work anybody has done yet.
I mean, I think he must be involved. I think he owns the rights back.
I heard that he's coming back to direct one now to fix everything.
Oh man.
But do I trust it? No, because even on the last one, he's like, "Oh, this is the best one yet," and everybody's like, "That's
Yeah,
full of
no, no,
shit."
the last one he did that. The last two movies, the last two Terminator movies, he owns the rights to it. So
So
he
he's
gets
got he's
permission.
got a stake in it,
Yeah, 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 yeah. I
like
mean,
Genesis and all
I
that.
don't believe. I don't. I mean, I don't believe that he's gonna do another Terminator movie. He's into Avatar till he dies.
Oh my God, bro! Enough with the Avatar already, bro.
I know, but they come out, we bitch and we watch it, and and you know we like it. I mean,
Yeah, I know, I know, I know, and
but
you
I
know,
understand what you mean. I miss like old school James Cameron when he would just do anything.
random stuff, not always the
Yeah,
same.
yeah, yeah. Like he doesn't have to do. I mean, do a fucking True Lies thing. Do a fucking action. I mean, think about that. I mean, think ahead. Imagine James Cameron. I'm talking about all
Just
his.
do something new. Just do something new. How about that?
Imagine him doing a horror movie if he was focused on it. You know how crazy that would be.
That's called
Not gonna
Terminator
be.
Part One. Terminator One is a horror movie.
Yeah, that's that. Yeah, it is. And I watched it now as a kid. I mean, as an adult, I watched it, and yeah. And you know what? I love Terminator 2, but you watch it, you watch part one, and you're like, part one is kind of actually better, but Terminator 2 is just better. You know, it's more
Epic.
like grand.
Well,
Part
Terminator
one,
Zero,
part one.
Terminator Zero takes influence from the horror movie that is part one.
Yeah, it was scary.
They focus it on a handful of people getting chased down by the Terminator who they send again. It's funny, he's old school. Yeah, he uses machine guns and shit, but in his arm, he has a bow and arrow that it like keeps
Oh, shoot.
shooting
And
and shooting, you
like
know?
Predator.
I guess because it figures it's a weapon that he can sneak into certain, I don't know, but it's different. I thought that was kind of different.
That's what they should have done with Terminator franchise after part two. They should have gone with what they did with Predator, and they should just do different scenarios. Forget John Connor, Sarah Connor, the same thing. Have the Terminator doing the same thing, stopping something from the future.
Every time he goes back, it's a different timeline, so it could be different people.
Yeah, and a different scenario. It's like, okay, we can't get Sarah Connor. Let's get Sarah Connor's grandfather. Oh, he's in World War II. Let's go to World War II. You can have a lot
Yeah,
of shit with that. And
yeah.
you could do the movie and not even know it's Sarah Connor's grandfather to the end, and someone says at the end, "Oh, what's his name?" And you see the dog tag, Connor Joseph. You're like, oh, you could do so many things like that. But that's the thing, And then the thing is that you know what? It happens. We know it's happened to so many great directors: James Cameron, Peter
They
Jackson,
get old, they get
even
so
Scorsese,
wealthy that it's like they get lazy.
and they get old. And definitely Spielberg.
It's
I
the
love
Lucas thing,
Spielberg.
you know?
Yeah,
You
Luke.
get to a point where everything's computer animated. They
You're
don't
right,
care.
but Lucas was always he was already there back in the 70s. He just didn't know what a computer was yet. Lucas was always like, but Spielberg, that was somebody that you can give him $50 and a fucking video camera and he would make it work. And now, even though, even like, Ready Player One was very cool, but
Nah.
it doesn't feel like I'm like it doesn't, like
Like a Spielberg movie.
what's the last really good Spielberg movie? Not counting fucking Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, or any of that shit. Like, really, what's the last good Spielberg movie? What really would be what? Maybe
AI and maybe
Munich. Munich was good.
Munich. What's that other
I
one?
like Minority Report, even though it's,
Minority. That's the one I was trying to think of. Minority Report was good.
you know what I mean. Like
Maybe
War
you
of the
do Catch
Worlds,
Me If You Can.
War of the War of the Catch Me If You Can. Yeah, that movie's good, but it's another one that it doesn't even. I forget it's a Spielberg movie.
Oh yeah, yeah, for
One
sure.
of those movies like that you forget. Oh yeah, he did that movie. And then like remember in the 80s he did that movie where Richard Dreyfuss was a ghost. Always. Remember that movie?
Oh yeah,
One of his big bobs,
John
back
Goodman, right?
John Goodman was his friend
Like
and
a
he was
forest
a ghost.
fighter, forest firefighter.
They were forest firefighters and he dies and he comes back and he's helping his wife find another husband. It was like
Yeah,
dope.
so weird.
It
Just
was,
like batteries not included. These
yes,
weird offshoots.
he produced it. Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's one of those
yeah,
movies.
some
Yeah, yeah.
shit.
But like, yeah, I mean, think War of the Worlds was good, but not great.
No,
Like
it was
visually,
more of it was just a Tom Cruise movie.
but you watch it, when you watch it, you're like, oh, that's very well. It's technically well done. You see the shots, you're like, oh, that's really hard to do. But it's not like a Jurassic Park or anything like that, And Peter Jackson, like what the fuck, dude? I don't know. But anyway, but
But yeah,
there's some that are still kicking. I think Scorsese's still kicking. Not every movie's a home run, but he's still kind of like in the Tarantino thing where he's like, I'm gonna do my best to make it like a real movie, you know,
yeah, yeah.
But they're all like, Tarantino. You think he still has it?
Oh, definitely, he still has it.
Yeah.
Definitely still has it.
His last movie, the Hollywood one, I liked it. A lot of people I know they didn't like it, but I liked it.
Oh, I liked it a lot.
I
I like.
understand what it's going for. It's not a real movie. The movie's about like nothing. It's about just the 70s and then we're gonna save the day. That's what
Yeah,
it's about.
exactly. It was a caricature of iconic people
Tarantino.
from that time. You know,
Tarantino is the most successful porn director. That's what I
there's
think.
no.
His movies are porn, but they're beautiful. They're not sexual porn. They're like cinema porn.
They're foot porn.
Yeah, especially for is there feet? Oh yeah, of course. There's a whole scene of Margot Robbie's feet.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
you know that Quentin Tarantino would kill to be with Margot Robbie's feet. You know that he likes blondes. He was obsessed with what's her name, Uma Thurman,
Sorvino.
Mira Sorvino, Uma Thurman. He likes that stuff, and Margot Robbie. Why not?
But I can honestly tell you, I like all his movies. There's not one that I don't like.
Yes. There's some that I like better than others.
Well, yeah, of course.
But he's never made a movie that was bad. In fact, my least favorite movie of his, I gotta watch it again, and I know you might have a different experience, but I didn't enjoy The Hateful Eight when I first saw it.
I knew you were gonna say The Hateful Eight
I
because
know it was on Netflix and they subclipped it, and I
it's his
said
most talky movie. It's just them in a cabin almost the whole time.
it looks great. It's not. I don't know, man. I just
You
don't
know
like.
what? If I had to
I
sit
don't like how
down,
half the movie passes and then they go back. It felt like him trying to make a Tarantino movie for the first time. It felt like very like wannabe Pulp Fiction for no reason.
that movie to me, I saw it in theaters because it was shot in what, like 70 millimeter,
Yeah, I saw it in theaters too.
like wide scope, and I loved it. I don't think I've seen it since, but I don't think I would watch it on TV. But I still like it. I
Yeah,
enjoyed parts of it. I
part of
enjoyed
it
the
being in there.
But like one of my all-time favorite movies will always be the Kill Bills.
That
Fucking
Kill,
those
yeah,
movies blew me away when they came out.
yeah. Kill Bill. My favorite Tarantino movie is still Pulp Fiction, but Kill Bill is what I call like when I. That's his like apex. That's like
There's Opus.
his low budget skills mixed with I have money now. That was like I'm gonna do whatever I can and I'm gonna do it. And to me, Kill Bill 1 and 2 are one movie because it really was.
It really was,
He
yes.
fucked
And
it
he
up
will
and
tell
he
you to this
separated
day
it.
it's
I
two
wish
because technically we split it, but it was one movie.
I know, and then I wish we could see that version where it was together, but maybe it's not gonna be good. I think it may be too like all over the place.
I just saw he pops up a lot. I don't, unless it's his podcast. There's a podcast that has a funny name. It's called like Baked and something. And he's in it all the time. All the clips that pop up, like the Joe Rogan experiment, you're constantly getting Joe Rogan clips. And he was just on talking about how his original movie of Kill Bill was one movie, and it was almost like fucking 4 hours long, whatever. And it was gonna come out that way, but somebody was like, "I love the fucking movie, but I ain't sitting for fucking 4 hours for
Harvey
any."
Weinstein.
And he's like, "You know what? You're absolutely right. I have to cut it in half because nobody's gonna want to do that shit. And if they do it one time, they won't do it again." So he cut it in half.
And the problem is that the movie's not going to be the same because they have to be two movies. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
going to be the same. But it came out. I mean, we can cut this out later, by the way. But Harvey Weinstein had a Miramax at the time. He told, that was his boy. He told him, like, look, I can't get a girl to blow me for 4 hours during a movie, so you're going to have to cut that shit in half.
Ah, what a dick.
He said, I can't keep her down there for 4 hours because definitely I'm going to need a lawyer after that because she's going to be.
Yeah. But anyways, anything else you've watched that you
I'm trying
wanna?
to think worthy of it. I'm trying to think of a movie that I've watched. I mean, since we last talked, yeah, I'm trying to think of something worthy.
Like for me, like I said, I just started watching The Penguin. I finished Terminator Zero, highly fucking
Yeah, shows, yeah, but movies,
pretty
since we
good.
last talked.
And believe it or not, you know what I've been
Okay.
watching because of Dina, because like I would have never clicked on it. I think it's 4 seasons. I don't know when it ended, if it ended like a year or two ago, whatever.
Let me guess,
Uh,
is it a Nicole Kidman show?
no, 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 no. It's on Netflix.
Strangers or something?
Bro, Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
They brought it back? Or the old one?
Brought it back and it's
With
bro,
her?
it's so
With the same
dark.
girl?
It's so dark and fucked up. No. Did you ever
Oh,
watch Mad Men?
January Jones?
No.
Oh,
His daughter, John Hamm's daughter, the little blonde girl.
oh no, I don't know who she is.
Dude,
She's grown up then, right? She's big now.
I think she's probably like 22 years old or
It's
something. I
not,
don't
it's
know.
not, it's not the main girl, right? The one with the gap.
No, 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 no. It's his
Okay.
daughter. It's like a little young girl that she
Oh
comes
no,
in and out.
no, I didn't watch the show that much to know everybody, but
It's dark. It's bloody as fuck. It's super demonic and satanic.
oh,
Like they go there.
what channel? Netflix?
Netflix.
Oh,
And it's weird because that character is from the Archie universe.
oh, for real? The whole time?
So I think there's another show that I haven't watched, and I don't know if it was like a CW show or whatever, but I heard it was dark as fuck too, called what's the name of the town that Archie's from? I
Something
want to say
Bill.
Smallville, but that's Superman. It's
Something
something
Bill, right?
similar. It's like anyways,
The Archie
there's
show.
another show
The
that
Archie
has
show.
Archie, huh?
The Archie show that they were like teenagers.
Yeah, like the
It was like
Archie
902.
comics.
It was like 90210, but it was Archie, right?
Yeah, the Archie comics
TV
little
show. Yeah,
booklets.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that. I remember it was like 90210. It was like a done like a serious.
Oh, Riverdale.
Riverdale. That's what
So
it.
there is a TV show also
Yeah,
called
yeah. The guy from
Riverdale,
the Luke
and I
Perry
think it's
was on that.
also
He
dark as
died.
fuck. And I think their characters go from, they make cameos in each other's shows.
I never knew that. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that's good.
But this Sabrina the Teenage Witch shit,
Yeah,
you,
you like that, and you told me about Lisa Frankenstein. I see that all the time, and I'm like,
oh yeah, Lisa Frankenstein was
watch it
good.
once in a while. Okay,
It's
summer movies. Did you see any summer movies aside from? Did you see? You saw Deadpool, right? We talked about Deadpool,
Yeah,
but
it's not Deadpool.
what else? Any other big
I
summer
didn't
movies
see
you
too
saw?
many summer movies, so I can't
Mad
really.
Max. You like Mad Max?
Oh yeah, yeah, Furiosa. Yeah, we talked about that last podcast.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we
I
did.
think we talked about it
It's
online.
been a while.
Our last podcast was in March, dude.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we
Mad
did
Max
all
hadn't
that
come
stuff
out yet.
already. So
We
I think
talked
we should.
about it, but we hadn't come out yet. Did you see
So,
Bad Boys, the last Bad Boys movie?
nah, I refuse.
You're not really into Bad Boys, right?
I do, but nah, they jumped the ship a long time ago. The shark.
It was not bad. It was not bad. But if you didn't see it, then I'm not gonna sell you on it if you didn't see it or anything, because
I know that upcoming, we're gonna go see Terrifier 3, so
oh,
we could review that.
we should
Uh,
watch Terrifier 3, you and me, at least, or wherever. B is
yeah,
not gonna
yeah, we should
watch
go to
it.
the theater. Go watch that shit.
B is not gonna watch it. My kids are not gonna watch it, so we should do that. We should find.
Dina will come with us. She saw part 1 and 2, so
Okay,
it's
we should.
not her shtick, but she's like, I might as well fucking watch the third one.
I'll ask Bia, if she's willing to do it. She'd probably throw up, but I'll ask her. But that's something that I'm willing to do, because
Yeah, we're gonna go do that.
that's gonna be fucking life changing. Because I'm Terrifier in the theater. Oh, I really hope. I mean, I don't know this Damien guy, but I hope it doesn't jump the shark. You know what I mean?
The
It
reviews
doesn't
are
get to the
saying
point.
that he did not sell out. He has a lot more money, and he is like, it's the same grindhouse style bloodfest with a higher budget. I'm like, good, because he already confirmed there's a part 4.
How is this guy making more movies faster than James Cameron? Oh yeah, right, because there's real people involved.
Yeah, it's Art the Clown and a lot of like people to get killed. That's it.
Oh, that would be a good YouTube video. James Cameron's The Terrifier, and just it's all over the done CG shit, just CG stuff. Anyway,
So
so
that's
yeah,
gonna be the next review. I may actually do a thing with Dina about this fucking Sabrina the Teenage Witch, because
okay.
I'll tell you one thing. That is way more disturbing and dark than I ever thought I was getting into. I'm like, yeah, it's
So
fucking.
is it like TVMA? What's it rated on the thing?
Oh yeah, it has to be. I don't even know. You know what? I haven't looked into it, but it's both. Everything is Satan, massacres.
Bloody? Is it bloody?
There's blood in it. But I mean, she lives in a house with 3 witches, and her cousin runs a funeral on the bottom, and he's constantly autopsying bodies, just like
Oh,
fucking.
so it's done. It's not people in costumes, right? It's done serious.
Oh no, it's serious.
So it's like that show on HBO, the
What do you
mortuary.
mean by costumes? Like comic book, like Archie
I,
comics looking costumes?
I'm thinking Hocus Pocus looking. It's not
Oh
Hocus
no, no,
Pocus
it's
looking.
honor. It's they don't give
Like
you.
practical magic, right? They're like real witches, like regular people, right? They're not dressed up and everything.
Yes,
But Dina
it's a
likes that, right?
combination.
Dina likes
Huh?
witch. Dina likes witch stuff. I remember she told
Oh
me
yeah, yeah,
she loved
yeah. She
practical
loves.
magic and Nicole Kidman and stuff. Yeah.
This is
Okay.
kind of like if Buffy the Vampire Slayer was mixed in with like Harry Potter, rated R, kind of. It's hard to explain because she is kind of like Buffy. She doesn't fight. She uses spells, but she is the daughter of the devil.
She's blonde.
She's like short hair blonde. She wears like a cheerleading outfit. She's like a
Anybody
little.
famous? Oh, yeah, the Buffy then. Yeah. Is there anybody famous in it? Do you know? Not really.
Not nah. Nobody I
You
can
notice
pinpoint.
Tina
Nobody I can
didn't
pinpoint.
Tina didn't recognize anybody from there.
But just look up some trailers and see how it looks to you.
It's just called Sabrina,
Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
or is it same title?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's like
It,
it's
is it like? I mean, not saying it's as good, but is it like that tone of that shitty Megan Fox movie, Megan Jennifer's Body? Is it like Heather's kind of like dark high school kind of thing?
I mean kinda, but it's kind of like they go to a witch school. It's not a regular school.
Oh, that's the
Like
Harry Potter thing. Oh,
it's
okay.
almost like it's a satanic school. Like the principal is like a Satanist preacher almost, and they all hail Satan. It's bro. I'm like, what the fuck is this
Are
shit?
there jokes in it? Like, does the teacher come in with the TV and say, today you have something to do. We're gonna watch Exorcist for fun and play. That would be
No,
fun.
nothing on the
Like
nose
that.
like that because the show takes place in a. They don't specifically give you a pinpointed time, so it doesn't feel modern. It feels like it could be the 1950s,
Oh,
but they don't show much technology. Whenever
you
they
don't see
nobody has
cars?
cell phones.
You don't see cars or anything,
Sometimes you see cars,
but they're
and they're
like
always kind of
questionable
old, but
70s looking cars.
it's very like it's very ambiguous on purpose. They eat at a diner all the time.
Like Batman, like Tim Burton's Batman.
Yeah, kinda. And it's dark like Tim Burton's Batman.
Oh,
Like
okay.
dark lighting, dark everything. It's like,
This come out.
anyways,
Is it new?
huh?
Is it like very new? Is it like
Uh,
a Wednesday ripoff? I'm saying like, is it like one of those like, oh, we take something and make it dark? Is it like
oh no, it's been out way before Wednesday. I'll tell you right now. Not the I'm looking it up and the stupid Melissa Joan Hart one is the one that keeps coming out.
yeah.
Oh, it's called, my bad. It's called The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. That's how they
Oh, okay.
put themselves away from the other.
Yeah, I
Okay,
figured that was like
so
the exact title. That's weird.
it's
Okay.
it's 2018 through 2020.
Oh wow, it's before pandemic. Oh,
Yeah, and it's
oh, so
four seasons.
so it's over. They never continued.
It's over already, yeah.
Oh wow, you're bringing it back.
Dina started watching it because somebody told her, "Oh, I think you would like this." And she started watching it, and after the first season, she's like, you know what? And they told her, no, no, you have to get past the first season. It starts getting good in season two, and then it gets really good. So I think we're like by season three and four already. I'm like, fucking crazy ass show, bro. Crazy ass show. But anyways, we're already gone on long enough. Neither
Yeah,
here or there.
for
Let's
sure.
start wrapping it up.
So wrapping it up. Okay, while we wrap up, I know you did you happen to see? I'm pretty sure no. You saw Twisters?
No,
Even care? Not really.
no.
Not even not even on TV. You wouldn't watch it on
Oh
TV.
no, I would catch it one day on
Oh
Max or
yeah,
something.
if you do, I think it was good. It was all right.
No, the ratings seemed, everybody said good things about it. It was well done and shit, but
It was like in the Beetlejuice range. It was like okay, well, I thought it was gonna be really bad, and it was good. So yeah, that's it.
I don't
Trying to
care, bro.
think of
No
another.
Bill Paxton, no Twister.
No, they have CGI Bill Paxton in the movie, dude.
No, don't tell me that.
At the
Don't
end, at the
tell me
end, at
that.
the end, the Twister comes in, and they do the ending when they're inside, and they go like that, and then he comes in. There's a CG. Bill Paxton comes in. He's like, "Game over, man! Game over!" And then
That's when I throw the popcorn at the screen and I walk out.
then his face. You know, they have the little machine with the little particles going inside the Twister, and then his face like deteriorizes with the particles. When she's like, "I just saw my dad again." No, the positive thing, they don't do anything like the daughter or anything like that. They completely ignore the first movie comes out, but they're straight up ripping it off. That's what's
Yeah,
cool
it's like
about it.
it
She's
seems
wearing the
like the
same
same
clothes.
movie.
All the characters, yeah, it's the same movie except you have technology and drones, and you have in part one you have one, two twisters in one scene. Nah, in this movie there's
19 mega twisters.
But the ending
With
is cool.
computers.
One thing that's cool is the ending is kind of like on a them trying to one up the first movie, at the same time an homage. You remember in the first movie, there's that famous scene at the drive-in. They're watching The Shining.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a great scene.
They have a scene at the end. It's actually the finale when the big tornado comes into the town. That's the big thing now. Now that the tornado at the end, it's not the city. It's still like Kansas, but it goes into like Main Street town. It looks like one of those like Back to the Future towns. And at the end, all the characters are in an actual movie theater, and the movie theater's collapsing apart. And they're of course they're watching The Wizard of
It's the
Oz.
same exact fucking movie. They just like made
No,
it
it is.
big.
They're watching The Wizard of Oz.
Of course they are.
So that turn in, and then the screen is ripping off.
I can only imagine the one jackass in the board meeting. Why don't we make the movie The Wizard of Oz?
Yes, of
Shut
course.
the fuck up.
It's Warner Brothers. They own
It should
both.
have been really meta, and they should have been watching the old Twister.
They should have been watching fucking something like Titanic, totally different. They should, you know what's funny? And then, but there's a cool scene where at the movie theater, people are getting sucked out of the seats because the tornado's behind the screen and the whole thing rips off. And then there's a part in the movie where they're literally everyone is holding on to the movie theater seats and they're shaking, and then everyone's randomly getting sucked out. They're breaking off one at a time. They're hitting other people and they're grabbing people, and there's one part that they're grabbing a scene like three seats come off.
You're giving us all the
it was cool.
putting me there with your surround sound effects.
No, oh yeah, no, it was good in the Dolby theater. And then the same shit. I love how in 1996 they're doing the same shit. They have to put something in a tornado, even though it's 30 years later. But this time, the cool thing is they have to triangulate the tornado. So three cars have to get in three positions, and they have to put these sensors, these satellites up, and they would scan the tornado. So that's the
They
big
can't
twist.
just get Elon Musk Starlinks to like fucking do it.
They should have auto driving fucking cars for storm tracers. Why you would think that? But what's cool is that
Why don't they just send drones?
no, they do. They kind of do like the first movie. They have the high tech people, and then with the guy from this guy that's popular now, Glenn Powell, the guy.
Oh yeah.
He's like a country dude. He's like the Bill Paxton character mixed with the
douchebag guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
What he does, he's a YouTube star. Rich people pay him to get in his car, and he actually will drive into a tornado. He has this two buttons that he presses, and it drills the car into the dirt,
Oh
and
god.
the tornado can ride over you, and he would film it and send it to you.
And what? The car doesn't get hit by debris?
It does, but obviously not to kill anybody. So he's like the reckless one,
Oh
and then
god.
he pairs in with the main character who's on the smart side. And then, of course, she finds out that her employers are unethical and wrong, and she goes with the YouTube guy, whatever. So that's like the twist where he's kind of like doing that stuff. So he's like the reckless one, and that comes into play one part. He has to like press the buttons and like drill the car down, and the tornado comes over.
Not watching it, David. I'm not watching
But it's a little bit cheesy. At the end, like they never kiss, and he's taking her to the airport. And she's walking away. This is the actual movie. She's walking away, and he's like there, and he's like, oh, that's the scene where everyone's like, oh, you have to go and get her, like the end of Tremors. And then he's like thinking about it, but he's like a country guy, and they're like at the airport, and security comes and goes, sir, you're gonna have to move your car. He presses the buttons and he drills the car into the street, so the security can't move his car, and he runs out of the car and kisses the girl at the end. That's the kind of the movie it is.
Oh,
But
yeah.
but after that, we actually went to see the original. I've been watching a lot of old movies. Twister, they re-released it again, and I went to Regal. They have the thing called it's not D-Box. It's called 4DX. Have you heard of it?
Yes. They shoot some air on you and shit.
It's basically like a Universal Studios ride.
Is it true? There's a little hand with a feather. It tickles your asshole.
No, it's actually impressive. I was talking shit for a long time, but it's seats of four, so all four seats move at the same time. You can't bring a kid to that shit. You literally sit down. The whole thing will move. Like the whole seat will move, but then they have like wind. They had fire, dude, in the theater. They had shot fire.
What?
Yes. They had little in the front. They had little fire. Oh, I'm talking shit. I'm thinking about the Born Identity. You're right. They didn't have
What the fuck are
fire.
you talking about?
That was Universal. I'm sorry. But they have light. They actually have strobe lights that would flash into a Twister, when the lightning would hit. They shoot rain on you. Like, it's pretty good. For certain movies, I wouldn't watch any movie but a Twister. Because, dude, literally every time they get in the car, the movie's driving, the thing's going like this.
I can't take that for more than 20 minutes, but I'll be like, yeah, God, this is enough already, bro.
Trust me, I thought the same thing, but I guess that day I was having a good time. It was okay. It was okay.
How do you even drink something?
No, dude, I almost stabbed myself. No, you can't. You can't. I have video of us. We're trying to drink.
Do you have to sign a waiver? Like if
The
you
worst-
take your eye out with a straw, it ain't on us.
No. I'm surprised they don't have it. Dude, at the end is the best part. The end when they get in the tornado. I filmed it. I'll send it to you. I filmed it. At the end of that part, that thing, machine went wild. And you hear everyone screaming. The thing went up. The actual sheets went up, lifted, and it rocked you back. And it was going like this. So it looked like you were like floating. During the scene when the feet are up, it would go like this. And then it would slowly go. Everyone's doing it. I filmed it. You could see everybody. I went like that, dude. Everyone's doing it. And then it goes. And it drops down. And it blows fog. And it has scents too. It has smell. But not for every movie.
Yeah, what you don't realize is that they're trying to get every penny out of you, so they're shaking your pocket change.
Yeah, the 16-year-old's like, oh, here we go. We got weed, a bag of weed. We got everything down here.
You know how much shit they must find on that theater floor?
But I understand what you're saying.
Found a baby. Whose baby is this?
But I did it, and it was good because my sister had seen, she saw another movie in XD, and she goes, you know what? I thought the same thing. It was actually good, and we went, and we had a good time. But not every movie though. Oh, and they do it for the fucking trailers though.
Yeah.
The trailers. There was a trailer for what? I forgot what movie it was. It was like, oh, this shit, this bullshit. This bullshit. But I mean, that's it. I mean, I guess that's it.
All right, so then let's wrap it up. I think we've rambled enough.
Yeah, we need 2 episodes in one.
But we do have a lot of shit coming in. October is my busy month. We're gonna have a bunch of stuff. And we are going to go watch Terrified together.
Come out. Do you know the date?
October, I'll tell you right now. People already seen it. They already reviewed it online.
Yeah, I bet.
Terrified.
It's probably like 2 weeks before Halloween, right? It's always usually, not before Halloween. It's soon.
October 10th.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, we got time. People just, all these YouTube guys got to like see it early.
I'm hoping that the part 3 is going to be more mainstream, right? So hopefully we can see it in a real theater. Where do you
No,
go?
it's coming out in regular theaters.
What's your go-to theater? The Cinemaplex thing in Coral Gables, or what's your go-to?
I go to the one in Merrick Park.
Okay, it's good there. I've never been to that
It's
one.
good there, and I like it because it's smaller. It's got a good screen, and it has all the reclining chairs.
Is it CMX? Do you know what company it is? CMX?
It's called Landmark Cinemas,
Merrick Park. Okay, that's your go-to.
and I have there's a movie I want to see that they don't have because it's a very small boutique hotel. I mean, hotel theater. I go to the one in the Coco Walk one. That one's nice.
Yeah, Cineplex, whatever. That we saw Mad Max there.
Right. That's
Yeah.
the secondary one that
I highly doubt it's going to be in large format, not IMAX, but if for some reason they make a deal with Dolby Atmos. Have you ever been to a Dolby Atmos theater?
I think I have. I have.
It's proprietary for AMC. The best one is the one in Pembroke Pines. That shit's real deal, man. Like,
I don't think those are gonna have Terrifier 3. It's
yeah,
gonna
I
be
don't think so
other
either. I'm saying
houses.
if it's there, I'll let you know because that would be amazing. But I'll go see it anywhere. Yeah. In fact, Terrifier would be great to see it at like fucking like a Gloria Stefan,
Some run down ass fucking.
like a Gloria Stefan kind of place where we used to go. Oh my God, Nacho, tell me you remember. You remember when we went on that trip with Maria to that dive bar and they played those shitty horror movies right before
Yeah,
9/11?
there was a film festival there.
Yes, we went there, and that's when everyone thought that we were having an orgy and shit like that. That was that. I don't know if you remember that because I'm weird like that. That we came back the day before 9/11. Do you remember that? We went
Oh yeah, you're right. It was a weekend.
Yes,
It
we
was a
came back.
weekend that we
Came
went.
back,
Yeah.
and then like Monday, Tuesday was 9/11. It was
Yep.
right before nine
Now that
eleven.
you
I
say that,
remember
I
that.
do remember that. Yep.
It was right before 9/11. But we had fun. Remember, we had fun, and we were there, and we saw some shitty like fake Jason ripoff movie with a guy with a
Yeah.
mask.
Some guy got stabbed up against a tree. It
Yes,
was actually
yeah, that
blood.
was fun, man. That was fun. Those, and then like I missed those. Remember, like where our shit was played, like the Made in Miami Film Festival. We met Baldwin Boy and everything. Daniel
Brett
Baldwin.
Ratner. Oh no, no, Brett Ratner was that other thing.
No, no, yeah, no. We met Stephen Bald. Remember, he was your boy.
Yeah, that's right.
He was friends with you. Remember, you were like, yeah, yeah. He was like, come here. We took pictures of him all drunk.
Actually,
His daughter is married to a famous person, right?
didn't we have a beer with him?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we had drinks with him at the bar.
took
Yeah.
pictures of him. No, you were there before I got there, and they were playing your movie, and he liked your movie, and you talked to him. And then when I got there with Carlos later on, you were there. You're like, come here, and we took pictures with him.
Oh, that's right.
You were hanging with him before me, and then we took a couple pictures. He was blasted, but
He
his
was
his
he was
daughter,
red like you.
The Baldwin daughter is his daughter's married to Justin Bieber. No,
I don't know.
Justin Bieber's married to his daughter. He's married to a Baldwin. I think it's Stephen Baldwin's daughter. Just like Chris Pratt is married to Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter.
Oh yeah, that I know. Yeah,
That's fucking weird, dude.
it is weird.
You
All right,
imagine?
let's wrap it up, boys.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you for watching. Trust me, there's a lot more coming for October. And remember, subscribe in all the outlets. TheCreaturesOfTheNight.com. You can go to The Creatures of the Night on Instagram. Obviously, Creatures of the Night, the podcast, on any podcast platform. And YouTube. Subscribe and all that bullshit. You know how it goes.
That's it. That's it. If you have extra time, you can check our old channel at Film Camp Productions, and we got more coming.
stuff.
Maybe some haunted tours or
Yeah. I mean, so much shit I have in the pipes right now. So,
clean your pipes, bro.
clean your pipes, baby. Creep it
Right.
real. Till next time.
So next time, let me stop this recording now.